So this is the Apple Watch Ultra and I've had it for 4 months now. Is it worth it? Absolutely. I'm gonna give you a normal user's perspective as to why I love it and why I prefer it over the Series 8. I've always been a fan of Apple Watches since they came out. At first, I didn't think I needed one because I was so attached to my traditional watches. But then after I got one, I realized that it's one of those devices that as soon as you start using them, they become such an integral part of your daily life. Starting with, let me disabuse you of this notion that this watch only makes sense for professional athletes and it's overkill otherwise. Not so, my friends. Apple did market it that way, and rightfully so, to cover that base. However, I, a normal guy, don't normally partake in mountaineering, endurance runs, and scuba diving. I would love to, but it doesn't happen often. My highlights are the tech-free walks that I take, and I happen to enjoy them. The biggest feature is the battery life, and holy cow, it is far ahead than any device of its kind. I easily get 3+ days on a single charge. Your mileage may vary based on your notifications, your level of activity, always on display, and so forth. Going from having to charge my Series 7 every night, because if I did, I would have this nagging feeling whether my watch was going to make it all day. That's all a moot point now with the Apple Watch Ultra. So now you can easily take advantage of all the cool features that come with watchOS. I'm one of those people who puts my devices on charge when I go to bed. The thing that I haven't been able to use is the sleep tracking feature, because if the watch is on the charger and not on my wrist, it's not going to be able to do that. So with the Ultra, I can utilize sleep tracking, and because of the battery life, I don't have to take it off every night. One of the most important things that I'm working on this year is fixing my sleep patterns. And you can't fix what you haven't measured. So sleep tracking gives you all the data on the quality of your sleep and how much time you're spending in each stages, from REM to core to deep. If you're looking to improve your sleep as well, it's really good to know. And with the battery life, if you're going for longevity, turn on low power mode. This will turn off a couple of sensors and other wireless functionality, and hopefully you'll be able to go up to a week without the need to charge your watch again. That is absolutely amazing. And speaking of longevity, I'm trying to grow this channel, so if you really like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button, as that will really help me out. Also, take a look at other videos on my channel, and if you really like them as well, please do consider subscribing, and I would really appreciate it. I use my Apple Watch for sleep tracking, for workouts, for Apple Pay, for directions, for reminders. I take calls on it, and I even reply to messages because of the larger screen. And as I mentioned, it easily lasts me 3 days on a single charge. The battery life itself is such a huge feature that it makes the Apple Watch Ultra a worthwhile buy. But that's not all. The Apple Watch Ultra is a great looking watch. The titanium case and the flat sapphire crystal make it extremely durable. I've been using the watch every day for the past 4 months, and with that kind of usage, there's definitely going to be some bangs and scrapes against the wall, doors, or shelves. And with all that, there's not a single scratch or bruise on the watch. I appreciate its ruggedness. And that's another huge selling point, that the watch is not easily damaged. Take a look at this clip. The table breaks and not the watch because of just how tough that sapphire crystal is. The larger dial and buttons, along with the new customizable action button, is amazing. I use the action button to start my hike or for backtrack. And to learn more about backtrack or waypoints, click the card above. The large display comes in at 49mm, and it's the brightest display on a watch with a max of 2000 nits, which means it's the most visible outdoors, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Coming from a Series 7, this is a huge upgrade in terms of size and performance. And as for daily wear, the weight is not an issue either due to the titanium casing. And that goes for the bands as well. I use the Trail and the Alpine Loop interchangeably, and these are honestly the most comfortable bands that Apple has ever made. It is the best watch that Apple has ever made, and after using this one, I don't think I can revert back to a smaller watch. It comes with cellular connectivity right out of the box, and I would recommend connecting it. This way, if you left your phone behind, then you would still receive your calls, your text messages, you could stream music, and so forth. And with the battery life, you can easily do that now. In the past, I would avoid taking calls on the watch, but with the dual speakers and 3 microphones on the Ultra, it does it so much better. And the algorithm filters out wind and loud background noises for better audio. And speaking of leaving your phone behind, that act has made me a little bit more productive because it helps me avoid doom scrolling. It can emit an 86 decibel siren, which can be heard more than 600 feet away if you're lost or injured and need to attract immediate attention. The biggest drawback may be the price. Coming in at $799, I had to consider whether it was justifiable to spend that much on a watch. But then when you compare it with the high-end watches, and that's where the Apple Watch Ultra belongs, it's actually below and fairly priced. And if you look at the current Series 8 stainless steel case, that one is going for $749. So for $50 more, you get a significantly better watch. The other minor inconvenience is that during certain workouts of the way I bend my wrist, the action button or the dial will get held down and it will trigger either Siri or emergency settings. But I imagine that's more of a me issue than the device, and it's negligible. In my opinion, objectively, this is one of the best products that Apple has ever designed. It adds a quality of life improvement that I'm all for. And if you're considering getting an Apple Watch Ultra, I would definitely recommend it. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions. And if you already have an Apple Watch Ultra, I would love to know your thoughts and how the watch is working out for you. And with that being said, I'm Zain, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.